welcome, one and all, and everyone else out there who will listen to a man talk about some fucking video games. Now, hello, it is me, your neighborhood friendly fire, right? Firestorm, whatever, name's up there, Twitter's on the screen if you care, and Twitch is in the description if you give a damn. But I'm not here to talk about any of that shit. What I'm here to talk about today, if you can't read the title, is I want to talk about some E3 predictions. Now, some of you may be wondering, who the fuck are you, why do I care? And my answer to that is, I'm nobody and you shouldn't care, but I'm gonna do it regardless. So, if you don't like it, then leave the video, I guess. Can't really help you on that one. But I'm also the type of loser who will sit down and make 4 pages of notes as to what the hell my I guess predictions is the best word to use, right? It's more like the likelihood, I think, of things showing up. I'm not sitting here and saying like oh, I think Call of Duty's gonna show up for sure. You can't tell me against it, right? Usually people have their bingo cards. Me, I'm just going over some IPs that the companies have, and the likelihood that we'll see them. None of them in any particular order. Some of them I do want, and all that wonderful jazz. So the way I'm gonna do this, right? And by the way, if you don't believe me that I have notes, I'm literally holding pages in my hand right now. I have 4 pages worth of notes because I wasted my time on this shit. Also, it is currently 10 a.m. I just got back from my night shift, and E3 on the East Coast for me, well, I say E3, but it's more like Summer Games Fest, kickoff, wherever the fuck, but hosted by Jeff Keighley or whatever. That won't start until I think 12 or 2 o'clock for the East Coast, so we have some time. I think it's 2 o'clock. Let me see. Let me double check that. It starts at 2. Yep, 2 p.m. Alright. So, the way I'm going to be doing this is that, I want to talk about the third parties first, of course. We're going to be talking about the big third parties, and by big third parties, I mean the ones who actually have their own conferences. Well, let me rephrase that. The ones who used to only have their own conferences, because this year, for some reason, Capcom's having their own conference, and so is Gearbox. Oh, my bad. No, Ubisoft and Gearbox are doing their stuff together. I guess. That's weird. What? That's weird. Same thing with Bethesda and Xbox, but that one's expected. And, so on and so forth. I will say, it's very interesting because, last year, since the pandemic and all that stuff, when it came around E3 time, first of all, E3 wasn't around, which thank God, because imagine if they went through with all that influencer shit that they were planning to do, then it would have been a fucking travesty, and that definitely would have killed E3. But at the same time, we all saw how bad it was and how everything was a fucking mess to get anything announced. There was too many shows happening at once, instead of the usual 3-day weekend or whatever that they would take to announce stuff. And then you see the third parties in the middle of that have some coverage for the indies and stuff like that. I will say, however, I did like how indie games how the indie developers managed to all come together and host their own indie humble direct or whatever they called it. That was pretty nice. I like that. I hope they do it again sometime. But yeah. So right now, today, like I said, we're gonna be doing the Summer Games Fest and stuff like that, and then tomorrow IGN's gonna have their little expo. Then after that, we have Tribeca Game Spotlight and all that wonderful jazz and more IGN shit. It's gonna be convoluted, but it's not as convoluted as it was last year. Last year, it went on for months, to the point where I forgot that Gamescom even fucking happened, because it was that weird event where Jeff Keighley for 2 hours straight was like, don't go anywhere, we're gonna talk about Fall Guys and fucking Ratchet and Clank. By the way, you want to see Doc Brown talk about fucking Simulator, what's it called, Surgeon Simulator 2? And I'm like, no, not really. I don't care. I love you, Doc Brown, but I don't need you to try and sell me on Surgeon Simulator 2. I also forgot that they announced some game called, what was it called? It was called Unknown or something? Like Unknown 9 Awaken or Awaken Unknown 9, some shit like that. I think we might see more about that this year, but okay. Without further ado, let's get into it, because I don't want to make this as long as it's already going to be. It's probably going to be like at least an hour long, because there's a lot that I wrote down. I'm going to try and go through it as fast as possible and try to talk about, some things in a little bit more depth here and there. I just said that. I flubbed those words. That was amazing. Sometimes I don't fully pronounce my words. It keeps me up at night. Anyways, so I want to start with Bethesda, right? Recently, we know the whole deal went down with ZeniMax and Microsoft, and Microsoft also acquired a bunch of other companies like Ninja Theory, I think, and Double Fine, which that one was both a surprise but not a surprise. You know, I always saw Double Fine. Whenever I thought about Double Fine, I always thought about Xbox, even though they started out with PC stuff. But for some reason, I always thought about Xbox. I don't know why. But maybe I was just a little surprised, because that means I won't get my Psychonauts 2 on my goddamn PS5. That makes me a little sad, right? Guess I'll buy it on PC. Or if the PS4 version just works fine, then I'll get it on PS4. But, so Bethesda, let's talk about it. So, right off the bat, when it comes to Bethesda, there are two things that people are constantly going to talk about, which is talked about to death, and it's annoying, and I'm tired of fucking hearing it, but it must be said. So, let's start with the Elder Scrolls series. So, right off the bat, we know they're going to talk about Elder Scrolls Online. It's no surprise, they do it every year, and then every year there's always some fucking lunatic screaming to the top of their goddamn lungs, so prepare to hear somebody, try and... I imagine we're probably going to have, 2 people try and out-scream each other in the background or whatever, so, there's that. When it comes to Elder Scrolls 6, I don't think they're going to talk about it. They might just mention it as passing, like they did last year with that and Starfield, right? Todd Coward came on stage, and yes, that's right, I said Todd Coward. You didn't hear that wrong. Todd Coward came on stage, and he was all like, "Hey guys, I'm really sorry about Fallout 76. By the way, we're making Skyrim and Starfield. That'll get you motherfuckers to forget about that dumbass game we made." But Elder Scrolls 6, I don't think we're gonna see anything about it. They'll probably mention in passing. If we do see anything, it will just be like a title card, kind of like when they announced Starfield the first time, where they were like, "Hey, look at space" or some shit. I forgot how they did it. It was either that or they showed some type of forest or something, like some B-roll of a fucking forest, and they were like, "We're making a video game." Like, no fucking duh, right? And along with that, you can probably imagine them to come out with some type of mobile bullshit that most people wouldn't really care about, right? I don't know anyone who gives a fuck about the Elder Scrolls mobile shit that they had on stage. What was it, 2019 that they had that on stage? Or was it last year? I don't remember. I don't know anyone who's playing that. I haven't heard about it since. The only mobile thing from Bethesda I ever heard about that actually did well was the Fallout Shelter stuff, and then that came to Switch, I believe, but I don't think anybody really got it on Switch because they all had it on their phone already. And while we're talking about mobile stuff, they're probably going to talk about Commander Keen again, right? They came out, talked about Commander... Yeah, it is Bethesda that owns Commander Keen. I'm sorry, I had to rethink about that. Yeah, they came out and they talked about it in 2019. I'm not sure if that came out yet. If it did came out, then of course they won't talk about it. But if it didn't, then they'll show a nice little trailer about it, like, "Hey guys, we didn't forget about Commander Keen. Still coming, whatever." Yeah, so that's that stuff. And again, with Starfield, I really don't think we're gonna see anything. They might mention something. I don't think we're gonna get gameplay at all. It's too early for that. And they really shouldn't have announced it at all. They shouldn't have. But we'll probably see either at the Xbox or either during Xbox things or during Bethesda's thing. Bethesda will probably announce it and then show it off at Xbox with some gameplay. What's it called? Avowed, right? Because that's being made by Obsidian, and that's the first-person RPG Obsidian. The Western RPG Obsidian's making for Xbox. They showed it off. They showed it off. When did they show that off? They showed it off during Summer Game Fest last year, right? I think so. I think that's what they did. So we'll probably see something about Avowed. That'll probably be there, most likely. When it comes to Rage and Doom, we might see something for like Doom Mobile or something like that. I don't think we're gonna see a new Doom game or a new Doom game announced. We also have to keep in mind that with the pandemic and stuff, we got to keep our expectations pretty fucking low, because, you know, a lot of people weren't able to get much done. They still had to adapt to their new work environments, and some people are starting to go back into their offices and stuff. But, you know, I really don't think we'll get anything big from Doom. I don't think we'll get a Doom 3, but instead of a Doom 3, I think we will see Wolfenstein 3, because that was announced a while back that they were working on that, and we haven't seen anything about it since. So we'll probably get a trailer for Wolfenstein 3, right? Mecha Hitler is probably going to be in it, or the Mecha Hitler character, the Hitler character that they had in the other game or whatever. He'll probably, you know, get mechanized, because didn't he get blown up or some shit? But whatever. Moving on. When it comes to Prey, I don't think we'll see anything for Prey. I would probably say give it maybe like another 2 years, because it doesn't seem that they're really, even though Prey did well, it doesn't seem like they're really going crazy on Prey as much. I guess they're still trying to find out how to rework that reboot that they're doing on it. But yeah, I don't think we'll see anything for Prey, but I do think we'll see something for Dishonored. Maybe an announcement, maybe a trailer, maybe some gameplay, because for the past couple of years they have been really like Dishonored. They have been they've been doing stuff with Dishonored. They've been doing more than I would expect them to do. I didn't expect Dishonored 2 to get a sequel so fucking fast, to be honest. So yeah, there's that. I believe who is it that's working on Deathloop? That's Bethesda, right? Yeah, Deathloop. Chances are, I don't know. I don't remember if Deathloop is a PS5 exclusive. I think it was. I'm not sure if that deal is still holding out, because I know it's still going to be on PS5. I'm not sure if it's still an exclusive. It might be, but if it's not, they'll probably show a trailer for it on because the release of Deathloop is coming fairly soon. So that's interesting. They'll probably do that. What else do I have written down here? I don't think we'll hear anything about Quake. They might talk about QuakeCon or DoomCon or something like that, right? I don't think there'll be anything big for Quake. For whatchamacallit? Ghostwire Tokyo. I have that written down. We're definitely gonna see some stuff for Ghostwire Tokyo. Sadly, Akumi Nakamura's not gonna be there no more, because she left Bethesda, I believe. And last I've heard about her, she was trying to get Okami 3 started. Not sure how long that went, but that was like, that was sometime last year that she said that, I believe. I really don't remember, or maybe it was this year. But we won't see Akumi at the Bethesda stage. Sadly, we'll have to find her elsewhere. But but yeah, along with speaking of Mikami and his crazy shit, Evil Within. I don't think we'll get a new Evil Within. I really want one, because Evil Within 2 is definitely a step up above the first one, for damn sure. But I really don't think we'll see another Evil Within. Probably maybe in like a year or two or something like that. But yeah. What else do I have written down here? I believe I said we won't see anything for Fallout. I don't believe we'll see, after all the shit. I'm pretty sure no one wants to think about Fallout right now, after everything that happened. So, yeah, definitely don't count on seeing Fallout. And what else do I have written here for Bethesda? Indiana Jones. It was announced they were working on an Indiana Jones title. I think we're gonna see a title card at least, or maybe a teaser, maybe like a the camera pans up, you see a whip at the man's side, and then it pans up and you see the back of his head and a fucking hat, and he's looking off at a temple or something, right? And I think that's gonna be it for that. If they show anything for the Indiana Jones project, they might not even have it off the ground because, you know, of the pandemic and stuff. And besides for that, I have nothing else. Nothing else written for Bethesda, right? But I will say, if I'm gonna make a crazy prediction for Bethesda, I'm looking for motherfucking Wet 2. That's right, I want a sequel to Wet. The hit game Wet for the PlayStation 3 and the 360. It's time that we get a Wet sequel. If you don't remember what Wet is, look it up. There's a game called Wet. What the fuck? I would really lose my shit if I saw a Wet 2. I highly doubt that would happen, but if it did, you know where you got it from. You got it from this guy over here. He predicted it. Call me the best leaker out there, you know? Alright, so that's enough with Bethesda. I honestly think that's all we're gonna see from them. That's how that's gonna go down. You know, maybe they'll prove me wrong. Maybe we'll see a new IP from them. I don't think we'll see new IP from them because they have Avowed to talk about. But, you know, there's Bethesda. Let's move on to the fucking devil themselves. Fucking Hellspawn. Let's talk about EA. Now, I know we don't want to talk about EA because nobody likes EA, right? I don't like EA. You don't like EA. EA doesn't like themselves because if they did, they wouldn't have killed off Mirror's Edge and Dead Space. By the way, speaking of those two, don't think we're going to hear anything about that from the show at all. Those franchises are officially fucking dead. We'll never see them again, which really sucks because Dead Space was good. 3, for some reason, people like, a lot of people didn't like 3, but it was still a good game. You cannot lie about that. 3 was a good game. And it sucks for Mirror's Edge because, in my opinion, Mirror's Edge Catalyst wasn't as good as the first one. I prefer the first one, but it was still a pretty decent game, and I liked it a lot. You know, I liked it a lot, just not as much as the first one, right? And I wish that they would give it another try, but this time give it like a proper budget, right? Because they tried it last time, but I don't know what the fuck happened. There was some type of like in the development for that, there was some type of disconnect. And by disconnect, I don't mean as bad as fucking Anthem. By the way, let's not talk about Anthem. Forget about, that's dead. We all know it's dead. It's never come back. Forget about that. But yeah, I mean, like, I have a feeling that for Mirror's Edge, they just didn't really know what they wanted to make. Meanwhile, the first Mirror's Edge game, they sat down, they debated, they say, should we up the gunplay? And they said, no. They said, make a little gunplay, make it mostly about parkouring and shit. First Mirror's Edge, amazing. Love playing that game. Second one, not as good. Not as good. But it's still pretty good. I think it's worth the play, right? But those are dead. We're definitely gonna see something about The Sims. They're gonna come out with a Sim expansion or something, and they're gonna have some type of cheesy ass fucking speech to go with it. Something that will make you cry or something. I don't know. They're gonna really relate to the people with that because they always do that with Sims for some reason. I don't know why. As for Medal of Honor, I don't think we'll see anything from Medal of Honor. So let's just move on from that. They came out with the VR thing. I'm not sure. Well, I'm not even sure if the VR game came out. I believe it did. But, you know, let's just move on from that. You know, Medal of Honor's weird. It's weird. Sometimes they care about it, sometimes they don't. So, whatever, man. I believe we might see something for Need for Speed. Because, you know, it's EA. They can't stop with their, you know, with their motorsports and their sports. By the way, get ready to hear some bullshit about basketball and Madden and FIFA and whatever the fuck. Nobody cares about it. And if you do care about it, and if you're watching these conferences because you want to talk about fucking FIFA, then I don't know why you're watching these conferences to begin with. What the hell? But whatever. Sports people, get your sports game. You're ruining everything for everyone else. Fucking us all up. You like your sports game? Go play it. Go over there. Go in the corner. Go play in the corner with the fucking melty blood players. I don't want to see your face. You can go in there with the melee players too. Because that game is dead. They should let it die. Melee's dead. You stop. Stop playing it. Go. Goodbye. Get in that corner over there. You can all agree not to take a shower together. That's fine. You can go over there. But how many people did I just upset saying that shit? But yeah. Let's see. As for other stuff from EA, good old EA Sports, it's in the game, right? Skate 4. They're gonna show a trailer for Skate 4, especially with how good Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake did, because that was pretty good. And you know, that one guy, which I forgot the name of, basically you know, came out and he was like, man, they won't make a Skate 4, so that's why we made Tony Hawk. And then fucking like what, a month or two later, they came out and they said, guys, we're making a Skate 4, man. You finally got us to do it. Because we didn't realize that people actually pay money for it, even though they screamed it to the top of their lungs. Alright. We'll probably see something for Star Wars. You know, we'll talk about Star Wars. Whatever. And, yeah. That's it. I got nothing else to say for Star Wars. I mean, Fallen Order was good, but it was still janky and stuff. Had a rough release, that's for sure. But it was still a good game in the end. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't the Battlefield fiasco. But yeah, there's that. They're gonna talk about Apex Legends. We all know that. They won't talk about Titanfall, cause even though Respawn swears that they're doing Titanfall, they'll never make it. They'll never make it. It's a dream. It's like Bayonetta 3, right? You're saying you're making it, but you're not gonna do it. You're not for real about that. They'll talk about the Crysis remasters. Recently, it was announced that Crysis was getting that the whole Crysis trilogy was getting remastered, so they'll probably talk about that. Battlefield, definitely gonna talk about Battlefield. There's no doubt about that. I'm not even gonna go into it. Here's one that I wrote down that's really interesting. Army of Two. You would assume that maybe with the pandemic and that people wanting to play a game together that isn't just Call of Duty and Battlefield and Battlefront and, you know, first-person shooting game where you rage, maybe they might want to work together, like how It Takes Two just came out, right? So, Army of Two. Even though I would like to see a new Army of Two, highly doubt that we would get it. Probably it's not going to happen, but it would be nice to have one, right? It'd be nice to have another game you can play with a buddy, sit down, have a good time. You know, and speaking about sitting down and having a good time playing with buddies, what's this guy's name? I wrote it down. Joseph Fair, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Basically the guy who came out and yelled, "Fuck the Oscars." He's definitely going to have his little section. They are not going to forget about him because he has been doing pretty damn well for these past couple of years over there. They seem to well, I say they seem to. In my opinion, I think they keep him around begrudgingly because the people like him. He is basically Tommy Wiseau if he was more competent, right? Let's not say super competent, but he's more competent than Tommy Wiseau, right? He actually gets things done in a working order, and it's fine by the end. I'm pretty sure someone walks in and says, "Hey man, calm down, you can't have all this shit in your game." And then he goes like, "But why not?" Right? And his nice little accent. But you know, so far he has been having some pretty decent ideas. He has been doing a good job, so I'm very glad to see that he's doing well, and he's probably gonna come out with another game to talk about. That'll probably take 2 years to come out or something, you know. And while they're doing that, they'll probably do what they always do. They'll probably talk about some indie titles, because EA has some of their indie stuff like Sea of Solitude and how Unravel came out and stuff. Unravel wasn't really indie, It was more like an in-house thing made by a guy who was working there. But you know, for all intents and purposes, Unravel's pretty indie. I would put it under the indie category. Yarny's a little indie darling. We love him, right? I would love to see Unravel 3. We love Yarny. Never stop with Yarny. More Yarny. I want more Yarny. Bring Yarny. One of the best fucking mascots ever. One of the most simplest ones too. Just fucking yarn with eyeballs. That's what it is. We love him. Or her. Or it. Or they? Maybe. They? Them? Maybe. I don't know. What gender is Yarny? We don't know if Yarny has... If Yarny... Wow. I just mix gender and Yarny. We don't know if Yarny has a gender or not. But whatever. And then also... Apparently, there was a project announced by Motive Studios. They'll probably talk about that. Most likely. Maybe. Or maybe they'll just brush it under the rug. Or maybe they'll just do the same thing they did with Fallen Order, where they just walked up in the crowd, put the mic to his face, and say, "You're working on a video game, right?" And he goes, "I'm working on a video game." "Oh yeah, that's right, I am working on a video game." So they'll probably do that or something along those lines. And I think that's it for EA. Let me see if I'm missing anything that I wrote down, because I have a lot written down here. Oh, two things that I missed. Yeah, Dragon Age. We're gonna see Dragon Age because they've been talking about that for a good while. Even though it seems that development on that game has been kind of rough, they seem to have been in a state where they had to redo it a couple of times. But I think we'll see a trailer for Dragon Age. We'll see like a good working trailer for Dragon Age. Maybe not gameplay, but maybe a cinematic trailer. But we'll see something. And then along with that, maybe they might talk about Mass Effect. If they talk about the new one, probably a teaser or something. And along that lines, they'll probably mention again that Mass Effect Trilogy is out and that they want you to buy it because it wasn't that long since it came out. So they'll probably be like, "Hey guys, by the way, Mass Effect Trilogy, go play that. It's good. It's good games. It's good games. We know because we made it in the past and you guys liked it." Right? And all we gotta do is just re-release it without Pinnacle Station though. Without Pinnacle Station, you'll still buy it though. You dirty video gaming slut. You'll still buy it because you can never get enough. You can never get enough. So that's evil ass EA, right? That's all I got for them. You know, at the end of the day, EA will probably mention like maybe 5 games, something about Sims, something about Apex, talk about esports, and then move on with their lives. Because that always seems like what their conferences are about. Just talking about a handful of things for way longer than it needs to be. But you know, they'll probably do that. Now let's move on to another third party. We'll probably see this wonderful company spliced everywhere, anywhere and everywhere it can go, and that's Bandai Namco, Bamdo, right? Bamco, that's how you call it. So right off the bat, first thing I wrote down, anime bullshit. We'll see some anime bullshit, all right? And before you guys lose your shit and you're like, "What? You don't like anime?" No, I love anime. It's obvious. If you can't tell by the picture on the screen right now, there's some background elements there, which is Danganronpa, Persona 5, and Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. So, I love anime, right? But let's face it. When it comes to Bandai Namco, for the most part, they do quick cash grabs. Back in the day, the Naruto Storm games, it was new, it was fresh, and now every game is basically like that. And if you don't believe me, look up the Demon Slayer game they're working on right now. It's literally just Naruto Ninja Storm. That's what it is. So, yeah. They'll announce some anime bullshit. Either it's gonna be Naruto, Dragon Ball, One Piece, My Hero, Demon Slayer, or fucking, what else did I write here? Sword Art Online. Those seems to be the big ones that they always never shut the fuck up about. Or they'll show a DLC trailer for Jump Force, and whoever's still playing that game, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. You need to stop. But they'll probably do something like that. I don't think we'll see anything else for Dragon Ball FighterZ. I think that game is done now. I believe Gogeta was supposed to be the last character coming out, and if not, they might have one more character. It's been a while since I looked at the roster. They might have one character left. I'm not sure. If they do have a character left, then we'll probably see an announcement here. If they don't, then I honestly think DBZ is done. We've went up to what, 3 seasons of DBZ? I keep calling it DBZ. DBFZ, you know, Dragon Ball FighterZ. Good game though. One of the best anime games they ever made. Kakarot is a piece of shit. Don't fight me on it. I don't like Kakarot. It's dumb, right? It's a piece of shit. Bring back Legacy of Goku. Those games were good on the GBA. I love them. Anyways, that was my little anime rant. Anyways, let's move on. I have written down Ace Combat. I don't think we're gonna see Ace Combat at all. Ace Combat seems to come out like every handful of years, and you know, Ace Combat 7 came out 3 years ago? Was it 3 years ago? Was it 2018? Was it 2019? Fuck, I don't remember. But Ace Combat came out. It seemed to have done well. You know, it was received well from what I heard, right? So, don't think they're pressing for a new Ace Combat. Don't think they need it right now. Let's move on. I wrote down Pac-Man, because sometimes they just love throwing Pac-Man everywhere. Maybe they'll announce something for like Nintendo, or be like, hey guys, we're updating Pac-Man 99. Is that still around? Pac-Man 99 is still around, right? They'll probably have something for Pac-Man 99. Maybe. If not, then they'll do something else with Pac-Man, port over Championship Edition or something like that. I don't know. You know? What else do I have written down here for Namco? Digimon. I don't remember what the game was called. Because there was a Digimon game they announced a couple of years back, and it didn't release yet. They didn't finish it. Either that, or it only came out in Japan and it never came out to the US. I think it had to. I think it was a. What was it called? It was called like. It was either something with like the Cyber Sleuth games, or it was Digimon Survivor or something like that. I don't remember, but I think we'll see something on Digimon, right? I mean, Pokemon's been lacking a little bit, been sleeping behind a little bit, you know. So you would think that they would want to capitalize on that as soon as possible. Even though Digimon is not the same as Pokemon, it doesn't play the same as Pokemon. It still is in that same brown house, so. They'll probably maybe talk about Digimon. I wouldn't hold my breath for it though. Tekken. I don't think we'll see a new Tekken game. And the reason I say that is because they recently released a new character for Tekken 7. So I think it's too soon. I think it's too soon to see a new Tekken game. Maybe 2 years down the road we'll see a new Tekken game. But as of right now, I don't think we'll see anything about Tekken. Probably a DLC character here or there, something like that. But nothing crazy. Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur is done. I believe they're done with Soul Calibur. It didn't, it's a good game. Soul Calibur 7 was good. Is this Soul Calibur 7? No, Soul Calibur 6, my bad. Soul Calibur 6 was good. It's just that it didn't, compared to all the other fighting games that were out there, it didn't really stay as active as they wanted it to, even though there was stuff for it at EVO. You know, but Soul Calibur hasn't really been as active as other fighting games. Speaking about anime bullshit that I talked about before, I wrote down here because you know, I don't know why I wrote it down. Maybe because I'm just wishing and wanting, but a new JoJo game. I wrote down a new JoJo's Bizarre Adventure game. Maybe we'll get one. I remember, what was it? The last time we had a JoJo game come out was Eyes of Heaven, and that was 2014, I believe. They announced that at E3. I think they might want to do another JoJo game. You know? Especially since part 6 got announced to be getting animated, right? They might want to capitalize on a little bit of the hype. Be like, hey guys, get ready for Jolene and fucking and Emporio and Bucci and all those motherfuckers, right? So they might do a new JoJo game. I highly doubt it, but I would want a new JoJo game. I want JoJo. I'm happy that JoJo is finally popular. Finally JoJo is popular. It only took so many years, but we made it. We made it. We did it. And now I get tired whenever I hear other people talk about JoJo. I don't want to hear it no more, but I want to see more of it. Right? What else I have here? Tales of Arise. We're definitely going to see a trailer for Tales of Arise. Blah, 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 blah. Can't speak. For Tales of Arise. And along that, we're definitely going to see something for, what else is that right here? Scarlet Nexus. Because they have been pushing those two games pretty hard when it comes to marketing. They want you to know that these games are coming out. So we'll see some trailers here and there, right, from those guys. Nothing too crazy. Maybe some more gameplay for Scarlet Nexus, just to have that final push. And then the last thing I have written here for good old Bandai Namco is, of course, the thing that everyone wants to see from them the most. Whether it's at Xbox or it's at some other event or something. Elden Ring. When it comes to Elden Ring, I don't think we're going to see any gameplay. I really don't. If we do see any sort of trailer for it, it's going to be the one that was leaked. Like, it's going to be that trailer that was leaked like a couple of months back. And you know what? I'm crossing my fingers. I just want someone to go on stage and say, yeah, so we're no longer working with George R. Martin because he won't finish writing shit. So, yeah, we kicked his ass off the project. Now the game's getting done. Right? But, you know, Elden Ring, that's the most I can hope for, or, you know, assume that they would do. Right? Overall, I really don't think we'll see much on Elden Ring. They've been keeping pretty quiet about it, and I think that game is probably like a good year and a half till being done, right? And that's not even talking about whatever the fuck George is doing fucking with his writing and shit. Motherfucker can't finish anything, right? But yeah, that's it for Bandai Namco. Onward to another interesting third party that we'll probably see spliced here and there and a little bit everywhere, right? Sega. We're gonna see some stuff from Sega. That's, you know, that's no shocker. We have already seen stuff from Sega. You know, earlier this week they had their Sonic Central event, which I live streamed. You can watch that on the channel at a later date because I'm gonna be uploading that. But you know, in the whole Sonic stuff, they announced Colors, right? Colors is getting a HD remaster finally, HDified. So they'll probably have a trailer for Colors just to reaffirm that. I don't think they'll have anything else. They'll probably talk about the Sonic Collection or whatever. What is it called? The Sonic Origins Collection or Legacy Collection or some bullshit? I don't remember. They'll probably have a trailer for that. You know, just like talk about it, let you know that it still exists, right? Just put it, refresh it in your mind. And as for the new Sonic game that they announced, I don't think we'll see anything for it at all. I think that little stupid teaser that they showed that actually showed you jack shit, well, that's what they're gonna have for a good bit. And it probably won't be until maybe Gamescom or something where we hear about that new Sonic project or whatever. Maybe during a PlayStation event they'll bring up again that Forces, what was it? It's Sonic Forces, Sonic oh shit, what game? What was it? Sonic Forces, Generations, and something else was coming to Mania? I think it was Mania. Was coming to PlayStation Now. They'll probably re-announce that, right? You know, just refresh that in your mind. So I think that's gonna be it for Sonic for Sega. I don't think they'll have anything else. The East series, right? It's a, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. The JRPG series called East. You know, you guys may know East 8 or East 9. East 9 just came out or was announced or something like that. I think it came out. I'm not sure. They'll probably have a trailer for one of the East games or something like that, or maybe an announcement or something. So they'll probably have that there. I also wrote down Strider. I don't think we'll see Strider. I think the PS4 version of Strider was the last time that they ever gave a fuck about Strider. And before you say, what about Marvel vs. Capcom? Or whatever. Oh my god, I just said Marvel vs. Capcom, didn't I? My bad. Oops. I put Strider in the goddamn Sega section. Why'd I do that? Oh, I know why I did that. Oops, I wrote that in the wrong place. Forget what I said about Strider. Well, I mean, remember what I said about Strider. I still don't think we're gonna see Strider at all. What I meant to say was Shinobi. I would like to see a new Shinobi game. I highly doubt we would get a new Shinobi game, but Sega, I want a new Shinobi. Show me Shinobi. I would love some good old Shinobi, right? Virtua Fighter. You know, recently they had the Virtua Fighter game come out on the PlayStation Plus. That was, you know, it's Virtua Fighter. Netcode's a little shaky. Nothing too bad, I guess, you know. There's definitely not rollback. But you know, maybe they'll have a trailer out there just to, you know, refresh your memory that, hey guy, Virtua Fighter's back. Maybe they'll have a teaser for a new Virtua Fighter. I wouldn't hold my breath for it though. I think they're still kind of testing the waters with revitalizing that series. But you know, there'll be mentions of Virtua Fighter. What else do I have written down here? Nights into Dreams. Listen guys, Balan Wonderworld fucking sucked. And if we've learned anything from that hot garbage, is that people want a new Nights game. Listen, we want a new Nights game. Bring back Nights. There was no reason for them to kill off Nights. Nights had one game, then like 9 years later, they made Nights into Dreams for the Wii. Where the fuck is Nights? What's wrong with you? You put Nights in fucking Sega Tennis and shit. Bring back Nights. What are you doing? You know people want Nights. There's nothing wrong with bringing back Nights. And just imagine the colorful world of Nights. Like, we all saw how wonderful Balan fucking looked, right? Those fucking colors and the environment, and just Balan himself. Oh my god, it was just so good and sexy. But it was wonderful, right? If there's ever a time to revive the Nights series, now is the time. Please do not miss this opportunity, Sega. Bring back Nights. We need Nights. In this dark, dreary world where everyone's feeling sad and depressed, especially with the pandemic going on, I think we need something that's not just an fucking army gruff tough man shooter game and fucking games about the darkness and fucking and like society issues and shit and political problems. We need a game that just makes you feel good, you know, puts a smile on your face. Bring back Nights. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. We need Nights back. So I would really love to see a new Nights game. I really don't think we're gonna see it, but you know, I'm hoping, right? I would really love to see Nights come back, because there was really nothing. Whether you like the game or not, there was really nothing wrong with Nights, right? And with how far technology has come, we can see more beautiful and vivid worlds. You know, the dream worlds, go back into that. We can dualize with Nights again. The owl can tell me to go touch Nights. Go over and touch Nights. Do what now? Alright, that's it for Nights though. What else do I have written down? SMT5, Shin Megami Tensei 5. I think that is a definite yes. We're gonna see that at Nintendo's event, most likely. Shin Megami Tensei 5 has been cooking in the oven for a fucking while. So I think it's about time. I believe it was towards the end of last year, or maybe the beginning of this year, they came out and they showed a trailer for it. I'm not sure if it was the same trailer that they showed before or not, but they basically came out and just went, guys, come down. SMT5 is still a thing. It's one of our main series. We won't forget about it. Come on, keep it good. You know? And with the recent popularity of Persona, which is the sub-series of Shin Megami Tensei. You know, I don't think they would let that notoriety die down, right? And especially since Nocturne's remaster just came out, like what, a week ago? Come on, Shin Megami Tensei 5, they're gonna do that. They're gonna show a trailer. They're also gonna be like, if you want to play Shin Megami Tensei now, go play Nocturne Remastered, and all that other beautiful stuff. After that, I wrote down Yakuza and Judgment. We'll probably hear an announcement for Yakuza, maybe not see anything. They're probably going to talk more about Judgment, because the sequel to Judgment was announced, and along with the PS5 and Xbox Series X upgrades. So they're probably going to talk about that, have a trailer for Judgment. They're going to talk something about Hatsune Miku. They never skip Hatsune Miku. She's going to be there. They're going to be like, play some Project Diva, motherfucker. It's great. Listen to your fucking amazing Japanese music, since all you motherfuckers love BTS now. So so we'll see something for Hatsune, probably at the Nintendo event, because they seem to either show it at Nintendo or Sony stuff, right? We'll talk more about Sony down the road, because that's kind of a shaky future. But you know, I'd be really surprised if we saw Miku at the goddamn Xbox event, because when I think about Xbox, I just think about America and explosions. Right? And then I just want people to sit there at the Xbox events going, yeah, Battlefield, fucking get me more Forza. And then Miku just shows up, and then they're like, what the fuck is this? Where's the subtitles? Right? So we'll definitely see something from Miku. And the last thing I have written down for Sega, believe it or not, Jet Set Radio. Or, you know, what was the sequel to Jet Set Radio? Jet Set Grind or something like that? Or Jet Set Turbo, I think it was called in Japan or something? Jet Set Radio. Now, we all know about the indie project that was on Kickstarter, I believe, or Indiegogo or something. I believe it's called, God, I can't, what was it called? It was, damn it. What was it? It was shit, I can't remember what it was called. There's too many, because in my mind right now, I'm just thinking of fucking Friday Night Funkin', right? But, what was it called? It was like Atomic Bomb Grind or some shit like that. I don't remember. It's been a while since I saw the trailer, but you guys know what I'm talking about. For anyone who cares about Jet Set Radio or games of that ilk, you know what I'm talking about. That was announced, and that got a lot of praise, and there's a lot of eyes on that, especially from the Jet Set Radio community, people who love that and love the music and the aesthetic and the style and art style and all that wonderful jazz. And the gameplay. I just hit my microphone. That was terrible. And the gameplay. So, I think Sega might see that as a sign and say, okay, hold up. Virtua Fighter's getting revived. Maybe we might want to bring back Jet Set. Or maybe they'll wait and see how good Virtua Fighter is, and then if they revive that somewhere down the road, they'll say, okay, we're back with Jet Set. Because honestly, even though I want Knights and I want Jet Set, I think Jet Set is more likely than Knights, right? Because Jet Set had like a couple of releases. There's Jet Set, right? Then there was, you know, the sequel on the Xbox. I believe it was on the Xbox. And then there was the PS Vita version of Jet Set. And then there was the Steam version of Jet Set. You know, and now there's the Kickstarter of the new game, of the indie project, along with the composer from Jet Set, who's looking at that too. So I think Jet Set is, they never forgotten about Beat. He's in every Sega sports game, so can't forget about Beat. You know? Listen, you can't forget about Beat. But you know who you can't forget about either? The girl's name, who I totally forgot what her name is. But you know the one, the goth girl from Jet Set Radio. Alright. Now let's move on to Capcom. Or as I like to call them, Capcom. Why? I don't know why, I just like saying Capcom. It makes me feel special. But Capcom right off the bat, because I said it earlier, let's talk about it again. Strider. I don't think we're gonna see a new Strider. Let's move on. That fast. If we see anything with Strider, it might just be, hey guys, we're porting over the old Striders to the Switch and maybe the Xbox and the PlayStation or whatever, you know, or PC release or something. I would like to see some of the old Striders come back, especially that one that was on PlayStation that looked really good. I think it was Strider 2. I believe it was Strider 2 at least. It looked so good. It's the one where you ride on the fucking dragon. And I love that game. It looks beautiful. I love it. All right, now let's go for more for sure titles from Capcom that we're gonna see right off the bat. Ace Attorney, the great Ace Attorney, right? They're gonna talk about that because that's coming out in like 2 months, right? Like next month, towards the end of next month or middle of next month, the great Ace Attorney Chronicles is gonna be coming out, and they'll definitely have a trailer for that, probably on Nintendo's side of things, or maybe during a PlayStation event. I don't think that they'll show it at Xbox, because Xbox, even though Xbox constantly say they want Japanese games, they're still kind of iffy with it, and Japanese developers are still kind of iffy with Xbox because you think I forgot, Phil Spencer, you son of a bitch. You think I forgot, motherfucker. Scalebound is gone. I don't think it was Phil Spencer's fault, but I need somebody to blame, and it's going to be Phil Spencer. He's going to take the blame for that. Scalebound is gone, you piece of shit. That's why Platinum don't want to work with you no more. Right? But, you know, they're going to talk about Ace Attorney. Speaking about good old Ace Attorney, you guys remember when Phoenix Wright was playable in Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate 3? That was awesome. Now, Marvel vs. Capcom. Now that the official news is out and Disney fully has acquired Fox and the X-Men and a little bit more of that X-Men, right? Marvel vs. Capcom, I don't think we'll see anything for it, sadly. Well, actually, I say anything. Let me rephrase that. I don't think we'll see a proper trailer or gameplay for it. If they are doing Marvel vs. Capcom, we'll see a screen, we'll see a title card, right? A teaser, something. They'll talk about it, they'll move on, because for those in the fighting game community, fighting games are finally fucking back. They've been back for a while, right? And we can all say thank you to Street Fighter 4 for that. They've been back for a while, but now they're fucking back in full force. It is phenomenal. It is amazing to be anyone who cares about fighting games. If you care, it is a wonderful time right now. Just for releases. We're still working on the rollback, guys. Calm down before you type in the fucking comments and you're like, how are you gonna say it's great? Rollback isn't in every game yet, right? All right, calm down, guys. Calm down. I'm hearing you. I listen. I hear. I know. I'm there with you. But you can't lie. For fighting games, they are back, and it's pretty amazing. Like, Guilty Gear just came out. Fucking come on, guys. Come on. Guilty Gear has rollback. It's a good fucking game. It's a good game. It's different from the other Guilty Gears, but it's a good goddamn game. Now, let's move on from that. God, I would love... Oh my god, Infinite was so bad. Well, it wasn't a bad game, but it was so bad. Fucking... Let's get another Marvel vs. Capcom. Let's redo that. Come on, guys. Come back over here. Come back to the family, please. Reclaim your spot on the throne. Bring back fucking BB Hood and Sansan and Captain Commando and Jin, right? I want to see my Berserker Barrages. Come on, bring him back. Bring him over here. Magneto. Get his ass over here. Right? Bring back fucking Dark Phoenix so we can all scream. You know what, actually, first of all, bring back Dark Phoenix, but more importantly, bring back my girl X-21. Was it X-21? X-23. X-23. That's her name. Don't forget. Bring her back. We need them. We need them all. Get them back over here. Bring them back home. Right? So, that's Marvel vs. Capcom. Also talking about fighting games. Street Fighter. If anything, they're just going to talk about the newest version of Street Fighter V. We're not going to hear anything on Street Fighter 6. That, from what we're hearing, the development for that has been hell. So, I don't think we're going to hear anything about Street Fighter 6. They're just going to throw out the trailer for the latest version of Street Fighter V and just sweep Street Fighter 6 under the rug for now. Speaking of other fighting games, Darkstalkers. Oh my fucking god, I would love to have a new Darkstalkers, but I highly doubt that we would ever get it. Especially with them having a bad time with Street Fighter 6 right now. So yeah, there's that. And along with Street Fighter 6, same thing with Marvel vs. Capcom. If they're having a bad time with Street Fighter 6, they're probably having a bad time. They're probably not even thinking about Marvel vs. Capcom, but you know, I would rather want Marvel vs. Capcom than Street Fighter 6, okay? I'm just saying. Listen, you want it too. You want it too. I know you want it. Stop telling me you don't. Fucking Marvel vs. Capcom is awesome. Right? What else do I have? Dead Rising. We're just gonna say no for that. Anyone who knows about the development of Dead Rising 4 right now, no. The answer is no. We're not gonna see new Dead Rising. I don't feel it. Devil May Cry. I would love to see a Devil May Cry 6. Devil May Cry 5 Definitive came out, you know, last year around the release of the PS5. It is a good goddamn port. It is a good definitive edition. It is good. I like it. It's fun. I think it's too soon for Devil May Cry 6. Give it maybe like 2 more years. Right? I don't think we'll see anything for Devil May Cry. Right? But you know, there's that, right? Go play Devil May Cry 5. It's a good game. It's a good game. And then play 1 and 3 and 4. Don't play 2. DMC is not a bad game, but still don't play it. Right? Because Devil May Cry 5 is a better DMC. Right? It's a better Devil May Cry DMC. God, it's so weird. If you don't know, I probably sound like a fucking freak saying it. But if you do know, then you know, right? Let's move on to the no fucking duh category of Capcom or Capcom. Resident Evil 4. We'll probably hear something about the remake. Let's move on. I'm not gonna sit here and talk about it that much. It's a no-brainer. If they don't talk about the remake, they'll talk about their Netflix series. You know, right? Let's move on. Resident Evil 8. There might be DLC for it. I have heard nothing about DLC for that, but you know, we might get it. If not, then you know, that's a little sad for me. But you know, I'm not that worried about it. I enjoyed what I play, and it was a good game, and it was Resident Evil's been doing good. I'm proud of it, right? Or maybe they, you know, if we're gonna keep talking about Resident Evil, they'll probably talk about the Dead by Daylight crossover. Just refresh that in your mind. Say, hey guys, you can play as Nemesis, okay? But yeah, there's that. Mega Man. We might get a new Mega Man game. They have been testing the waters with Mega Man. Capcom has been testing the waters with you know, some of their series, you know. It seems that Capcom's like, for some reason, they're in like this moment of like, hey guys, let's see if we can just revive our IPs. They're like, fucking Phoenix Wright out there. Resident Evil, do everything for it. DMC, fuck yeah, 5 is out. Fucking Marvel vs. Capcom, we put it out there, we did a bad job, but you know what, that was a fluke, we fucked up, it's not our fault, Disney probably fucked us over, you know, and It might have been their fault. I'm not sure if it was their fault. Infinite was really bad. Again, it's not a bad fighting game. It's just it's not the MVC that we want. But you know, there's no X-Men in that, so we fucked up, right? Monster Hunter, we've been getting people in that. That's good. By the way, they're probably gonna talk about some Rise DLC at like the Nintendo Direct or something like that. So that's it for Monster Hunter. And with Mega Man, the Legacy collections have been out. We put out Mega Man 11, right? Mighty Number 9 was ass, so we're rubbing it in their faces, right? They suck. But you know, we might see a new Mega Man. They might, honestly. How crazy would it be if someone got on stage and they said, "Guys, Mega Man Legends 3," and they just walked off stage? You'd be like, "What? Tron Bonne's back, baby!" The Tron family, we love Tron Bonne. We love Mega Man Volnut, even though he's like the most useless Mega Man, but we love him, right? We love all the Mega Mans because the Mega Mans are cool. Maybe another Battle Network. Maybe another Battle Network. Or the RPG that they made a while ago. What was it called? Command Mission? It was called Command Mission. Yep, Mega Man Command Mission. Mega Man Command Mission 2. Was there a second one? I'm not sure if there was a second one, but if there wasn't, then they're making 2. If there was, a 3. Right? Let's see. I have a couple of things written down here left for Capcom. 2 of these go in the same category. Okami 3 and Beautiful Joe. If anything, I think Okami would be more likely than Beautiful Joe because Okami is just more well known than Beautiful Joe. Guys, I know. Calm down. I hear you screaming at me. Calm down. Listen, I love Beautiful Joe. He was amazing in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. But you can't lie that more people know about Okami than Beautiful Joe. And the reason I say that is how many fucking ports has Okami gotten? You have the fucking PS2, the Wii. I'm not sure if it ever went on Xbox. I'm gonna be honest with that. It might have went on Xbox. The fucking Switch. The goddamn PS4 remastered in 4K. Dude. I think Okami might be on PC as well. I'm not sure. Dude. And Beautiful Joe has gotten nothing for the longest time. Now, either of these revivals I would be so happy to see. I just think Okami 3 is more likely, especially since Akumi, right? You know, after her Ghostwire Tokyo presentation, she kind of got some clout. People love her. I love her too. She's wonderful. But she made a whole thing. She's like, "Hey, I want Okami 3. I'm trying to get it done." And I believe Kamiya came up and said something too. And he's like, "Yeah, I like Okami. That's cool, right?" So Okami. I would love another Okami. I fucking love Okami. I love Okami, and I also love Okami Den. They're good games. They're fun. Good games, good writing, wonderful art style. I love the goddamn ink paintings. They're amazing. They're beautiful. The music is great. One of my favorite soundtracks is the song that plays when you revive a guardian sapling. God damn it, I love it so much. Like, Waka is a cool character. The mythology, inspirations, and just the overall story in the game. Okami games are pretty fucking long, I'm not gonna lie. It's so good. It's so good. It's wonderful. It puts a smile on my face every time I play Okami, and I will gladly give my money to Okami every single time. Okami 3. Please make it happen. Right? Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. All right, what else do I have here? Project X Zone. Guys, I know. Here's the thing. Project X Zone is cool. We all know it's cool. It's fun to look at. Sometimes you don't want to play Project X Zone. sometimes you look at it and you go, why the fuck did I even care, right? The last Project X Zone came out 2017, I think, because they were doing the new 3DS version of Xenoblade Chronicles, and they announced that Shulk and Pyra, not Shulk and Pyra, my bad, Pyra. I think they announced that Shulk and was Shulk in X Zone 2? No, I don't think Shulk was in it. I think it was Fiora. Fiora was in it. So Project X Zone might be likely. If not announced this year, maybe next year. I feel like that's a thing that they want to continue with. You know, because they I never thought they would make a Project X Zone 2, but they did. So they'll probably make a 3 at some point, right? And then the last thing for good old Capcom here, Onimusha. Now, like I've been saying for the past couple of years, they've been testing the water with reviving some stuff, and they put out the Genma Onimusha. Was it Genma Onimusha, or what was it called? I don't think it was Genma Onimusha. I think it was called something else. The remaster that they did. I don't remember what it was, but for all intents and purposes, I'm gonna say Genma Onimusha. But they put out the Onimusha remaster, right? They might remaster another Onimusha game, or they might just pull the trigger and make a new one. I'm not sure. I don't think it's as likely as something like, something as Mega Man, right? But it'll be nice. It'll be nice to see them talk about Onimusha, right? Acknowledge that they still care, because they did that remaster for PS4 and Xbox One, and I think it came out on Xbox One, but I bought it, right? It's Onimusha. We love Onimusha. I said I bought it. I didn't say I played it. Okay, guys, I bought it. I didn't play it. I didn't have time to play Onimusha. Don't judge me. But I like Onimusha though. It's pretty cool. Samurais and demons. It's like Inuyasha, but without all the furry shit. So let's move on from that before I make more people mad about anime. Guys, I love Inuyasha. Calm down. I love Inuyasha. I love Yu Yu Hakusho. Don't fight me on it. Alright. Now let's get to some of the smaller third parties. We are an hour in. That's wonderful. Let's get to the smaller third parties. And again, I want to reiterate, by smaller, I don't mean they're as, that they don't hold a candle to the ones that we just talked about. I mean smaller in the sense of usually they don't have that many announcements, and they don't really have that big of a presence during the game conferences and stuff like that. They probably have like 1 or 2 announcements and then they move on. So let's start with the second devil in the room, Activision. Activision's evil. We all know it. Last time we heard anything about Activision, we heard how they were moving all their studios to either work, if you're not working on Overwatch, your ass is on Call of Duty. We heard about that. It's fucking terrible. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Nobody knows what they're doing. You would think that they would try and call that back, since it was such a backlash when people found out about it, especially the way they went about it. Fucking, there is a mosquito flying in my room. What the hell? Trying to swat it away. But the whole thing about like the people from Toys for Bob finding out that they're like, I don't think we have a job no more, and then a tweet went out. It was like, guys, come down, you don't got a job. It's not that you don't have a job, it's that you're all working on Call of Duty now. And it's like, what? And then after that, Activision came out and they said, guys, it's not as bad as it seems. They're still gonna be maintaining Crash 4 and Crash Team Racing, right? So calm down, guys, right? All that wonderful jazz. So when it comes to Activision, the only things we're gonna see is Call of Duty and fucking Overwatch 2. That's the only things I could think about. If there's anything else from that, they might give a little wiggle room for Toys for Bob, right? They might just be like, It might just be like, wow, we really angered people, so Toys for Bob can get like a little bit of a free pass, and maybe they'll announce some DLC for Crash 4, or maybe if they're really feeling generous, which it's Activision, so I highly doubt that they would. If they're really feeling generous, maybe they'll just be like, hey man, go make a new Spyro or something, right? I highly doubt that we'll see anything like that, but you know, that's Activision, right? Let's move on. Another third party that has been having a rough time recently is Warner Brothers. We heard about Warner Brothers Games and how they've been bought out and how they're dealing with the merger. We don't know what's going where. But for them, what I have written down is, you know, overall, we might not even see them during E3 because they have their own shit going on right now, so they just might not be available. If they do show up at E3, they'll either talk about Gotham Knights or the Suicide Squad game, because those are the two big ones that they announced last year. And you know, they're just kind of sitting on those, I guess, right? I say last year. I keep saying last year, but it feels like they announced it this year. I'm not sure. But whenever the fuck they announced it, you know, they just kind of been sitting on there being hush-hush, especially with Gotham Knights. So, you know, we might hear something about that. There's also the Harry Potter game. I want to talk a little bit more about that during the PlayStation segment and stuff like that. But, you know, overall for Harry Potter right now, I would say maybe. I wouldn't hold my breath to it. And the other two things I have written down for them is one which I can't even read. Oh yeah, I see it now. Okay. No, I have three more things written down for them. Number one, Mortal Kombat. Right now, I think they might just have a trailer somewhere for the latest Mortal Kombat version that came out, right? I don't think there'll be anything new for Mortal Kombat. I don't think there'll be a new Mortal Kombat at all. If they do announce anything for fighting games, it will probably be an Injustice 3. But right now, it seems that Warner Brothers is in kind of a rough spot, so I wouldn't really hold my breath for that. And then the last thing that we'll probably have a trailer somewhere for is Back 4 Blood. I believe that game is being published by Warner Brothers, and that's made by the Left 4 Dead people. So, you know, fucking, right? There's that. You can, be happy about that if you see a trailer somewhere. You'll probably see a trailer for it, during Xbox stuff, right? I feel like that'll be somewhere on Xbox, conference. Alright, moving on from there, I can't believe I even wrote this company down, because they've been pretty absent in the gaming scene for a bit, besides for releasing a couple of remasters and collections, and that's Konami. And the only reason I wrote them here is because, kind of like Capcom, they're kind of testing the waters again, it seems, with all the the two Castlevania fucking collections they put out, which was the Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood collection, and then after that they put out the Anniversary collection, which is Castlevania's 1, 2, 3, 4, and Kid Dracula, and Castlevania Adventures, I believe, and I think that's all that's on there. Who knows? Maybe they might announce something new for Castlevania, along with the, you know, because season 4 of Castlevania just came out on Netflix not too long ago, about like a week ago or so, a week or two, and you know, Castlevania's been doing pretty good. Anyone who's been watching Castlevania knows for damn well it's been doing pretty good. So, you know, Konami's kind of feeling themselves with that. They might test the waters again with the games. So maybe they'll announce something for Castlevania. Maybe not, but that seems to be the most likely thing from them. Bomberman, I don't think they care about Bomberman, so let's just say no to that. Let's move on. And then the last thing I wrote down, Silent Hill. Horror games seems to be having some sort of resurgence, which is pretty nice. We need more horror games, I love them. And for Silent Hill, if they do show anything, it'll be a teaser. I still think it's too early for them to show anything for Silent Hill. Not to say that I don't think they haven't been working on one, because I feel like they've been working on one. So, yeah. Right? And that's it for Konami. Right? Again, those just a couple of things. Next, Next is pretty funny for me. I wrote down Rockstar, and then next to it I wrote down a big fucking no. Just no. No. And the reason I write that is because shut the fuck up. We're not gonna see no GTA 6. Everyone shut up. We're not seeing it. It's not happening. It won't happen until like 3 years from now. Alright? Rockstar's always waited till like the last fucking second to announce anything regarding GTA. So if you'll see anything for GTA, they're probably just gonna talk about how they're porting over GTA 5 to the Series X and the PlayStation 5. And then maybe they'll talk about some GTA Online DLC. If they do announce any other game, it will probably be Mafia. And the reason I say that is because, again, a lot of companies seem to have been testing their IPs. And Mafia, you know, after Mafia 3, which wasn't received well, but it still sold well from what I remember. They then went out with Mafia 2 Definitive Edition, which, you know, minus the bugs, people still went out and bought because it's fucking Mafia 2, right? That's a good game. And then Mafia Definitive Edition, which was the whole remaster for that. It seems that they really want Mafia to come back. And for those worried about, you know, what's it called? Red Dead Redemption Online or Red Dead Redemption 2 or whatever the fuck. And we're not going to hear nothing about that. That's kind of dead. That's pretty much dead for them. I don't think we'll see any trailers for that or anything like that. But, you know, if anything from Rockstar, probably Mafia. Moving on next, Epic Games. If they're not too busy fucking yelling at their iPhones... If they're not too busy yelling at their iPhones, or if they didn't get kicked out of E3 for giving away every fucking gaming, you know, every game company's secrets, right? Nintendo's sitting there talking about, we don't want to work with the Yakuza, you stop it. Criminals are bad, right? If they haven't been kicked out of E3, which they probably wouldn't have been yet, there's two things that I wrote down for them, right? Number one, of course, Fortnite. Some type of stupid fucking Fortnite. Whatever, who cares? Move on. Just get rid of it. And then next to it, after that, I wrote Ark 2. Ark 2 was announced. They'll probably have a trailer for that. And who knows, maybe they might talk again about their Ark TV series with Vin Diesel, right? I still can't remember. Did I ever upload that? Oh, God. Did I ever upload that? No, I don't think I ever uploaded that. Oh no, I think, when was that? The Game Awards? I'm pretty sure I still have a recording of me watching the Game Awards. I might upload that. I might just upload that for fun. Of me watching the Game Awards, and when Vin Diesel came on the screen, I said, they're gonna make a Vin Diesel Ark anime or something like that. And then I said something stupid like that, and then that's exactly what they showed. So, who knows, maybe they might talk about that. I think it's like a Netflix series or something, I don't remember. But yeah, those are two things that you can probably see from Epic or whatever. And I don't expect nothing else from Epic. They have their hands full kicking fruits around, you know? Next, I wrote down, because I personally care about it. I both care and don't care. Xseed. I like Xseed. Me likey Xseed. I like my little anime games. The thing I don't care about, which we'll probably see somewhere, I don't know where, is a new Saren Kagura game. Or, to those of you who know it best as Titty Ninjas, the video game. You know, it's the Muso ripoff, Ninja Titty, whatever. You know, you guys probably know what the fuck a Saren Kagura one. It was the anime game where they had the water guns and they shot each other, right? What was it called? Beach Splash or something like that? I don't fucking remember. I played one of the games. I own one of the Saren Kagura. I think it's, what is it? Is it Summer Festivals? Or Summer, my bad. I think it's called Summer Estival. I think that's what they fucking called it, because it was, I don't know why. You know, and it's okay, it's fun to play, but it's not that crazy. Daijoji's cool though. I like Daijoji. She's pretty cool. She's from Uppers. I like Uppers. Uppers is cool. I think Daijoji's from Uppers, right? Yeah, I believe she's from Uppers. For anyone who knows what Uppers is, I love you. Now let's move on. And the thing that I care most about that we might see at Nintendo's event, or most likely, because it should have came out last year, but it didn't, and it'll probably come out this year. Well, at least for Japan, you know. Rune Factory 5. I love Rune Factory. I've been here since the first game. I own all of them. Well, I take that back now. I don't own all Rune Factories. Because I don't own Rune Factory 1 anymore. My copy stopped working, so I gotta buy that again. But, besides Rune Factory 1, I own all of them, right? I own, Rune Factory 2, 3, 4 on the Switch. I own Tides of Destiny, both on Wii and PS3, and I own Rune Factory Frontier. If there's any other Rune Factory that I'm forgetting about, then tell me about it. I need my Rune Factory, right? But it's been, you know, when they announced it back in what, 2015? I think, was it 2015? No, it wasn't 2015. When the fuck was it 2020? When did they announce it? Hold up. No, let me do the math in my head. Hold up. Rune Factory 4 came out 2014. And then how many years later? I don't remember. No, my bad. I'm thinking 2014. That was when Europe got it. Rune Factory came out in Japan 2012. And then in 2019 is when they announced Rune Factory 5, I believe. So now it's been a total of 8 years. A total of what, 8-9 years or something like that since we've gotten a Rune Factory game, not counting Rune Factory 4 on the Switch, of course. But I love Rune Factory. I want more Rune Factory. I can't wait. I'm really excited for that. All right, moving on. Tecmo Koei. I wrote one thing down here, and that's because it was recently announced, and it's coming out. It's coming out next week, I think, or towards the end of this week. In a couple of days, it's coming out. The Ninja Gaiden trilogy. We'll definitely see a trailer for that somewhere over the rainbow, where bluebirds fly. We'll see a trailer for that somewhere. Probably, they might show it on the Switch. Actually, they might show it on Nintendo stuff. I feel like they would show Ninja Gaiden on Nintendo stuff for some reason. If not, then probably Xbox or something. But you know. All right. After that, I wrote down. I can't believe I wrote this fucking down, but I did. I just wrote down Valve, and next to it, I wrote, they'll announce something. That's it. I don't know. Nobody knows what the fuck Valve is doing, but they'll announce something. They did have that leak or whatever that they're trying to make a console that's kind of like the Switch. So maybe they might talk about that at some point during the PC gaming show. Oh god, the PC gaming show. I can't believe I just said that out loud. Oh no. Oh, I'm having flashbacks. Oh man, those things are bad. But I still watch them. PC gaming show. Oh god, never. I don't think there's ever been a good one. But yeah, that's Valve. After that, we have Platinum. No More Heroes 3. We're definitely gonna hear about it because the release date is coming up soon for that. There'll be a trailer on Nintendo's thing. There's no doubt about that in my mind. Let's move on. Bayonetta 3. We're just gonna say no. I'm just gonna say no right now. I'm just gonna say no. I'm not even gonna get my hopes up. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it seems that Bayonetta 3's development has been having a rough time. So let's move on from that. And then they have from what I can remember, they have an unannounced project called Project GG. Now, I seem to recall that I think in 2019 there was something that was made by Platinum for Xbox, which is weird because they canceled Scalebound. It was like some type of, it had like an open alpha or beta or something. It was like some type of arena fighter thing. I don't remember what it was called. It was something weird. But you know, that might be Project GG. I haven't heard anything else about that other game that I'm talking about that I can't remember the name of. So that might have been Project GG, but as I know right now, I don't. As of right now, I really don't know anything about this. So they might announce whatever the fuck Project GG is. So let's move on. Deep Silver. I wrote down Deep Silver because Metro Exodus, from what I heard, did well. A lot of people seem to have liked it, and they'll probably have another Metro game some time down the line. So keep your eyes open for that. I think it's pretty likely that we'll see another Metro game. All right, now let's move on. My throat is killing me. I'm not used to really talking this much. Actually, I say I'm not used to talking this much, despite the fact that I stream. But you know, it's never easy for me. I'm not really a talker whenever, you know, on my own time. You know. All right, let's get to the big three here. Finally, what you all been waiting for, about an hour and a half in, we're gonna start with Nintendo. I think Nintendo's the ones that are going first, right? Or maybe they're going later. I think if Nintendo's not going first, then it's Xbox. But let's start with Nintendo, right? And before you guys argue with me or whatever, I'm not starting with Nintendo because I don't care about Xbox or PlayStation, nothing like that. It's just what it's what I wrote down. Okay, so calm down. Don't fucking lose your shit. So Nintendo, Animal Crossing DLC, most likely, yes. Let's move on. Two things that are very interesting that I wrote down is Brain Age and WarioWare, because for some fucking unknown holy god reason, Nintendo came out and just said, hey guys, how much are you willing to pay for WarioWare and Brain Age? They just came out and asked that for no fucking reason. So I'm assuming both those games are already done and they're just waiting to slap a price on it. So probably see trailers for those. Let's move on. Fire Emblem Three Houses was way more than the fucking success that they thought it was ever gonna be. When Three Houses came out, no one would shut the fuck up about it. And you know what? I'm right along with them, because I wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. Three Houses was fun as shit. I still have yet to play the DLC for that, but at some point I'm going to. So Fire Emblem, you can bet your sweet ass that there's going to be another Fire Emblem. Whether they announce it now, I'm not sure. I would say it's probably likely. But if it doesn't happen, don't worry. Fire Emblem's not going nowhere, right? If Smash Brothers is anything to tell you, Smash Brothers is going to be the one to tell you Fire Emblem's definitely not going nowhere. Alright. Let's move on to something that I wrote down. Alright, so I forgot the name of the studio, but it was the people who made... was it the people who made Mario Galaxy? No, it wasn't the people. I think it was the people who made there's been some words around the rumor mill that the studio that made Donkey Kong Conga Line, or whatever the fuck that game was called, where you hit the drums or whatever, you play to the music, that studio might be working on either a new Donkey Kong game or a new Mario game. If we don't have a new 3D Mario adventure thrown out there, shown to us, then we're going to get a new Donkey Kong. That's what I feel. That's what I think is going to happen. It's either one or the other. We can't have both. So whatever happens, happens. But I think we are either going to get a new 3D Mario or a new Donkey Kong. Alright, let's move on. After that, while we're on Mario, while we're talking about Mario, or Mario as some people like to say, you fucking freaks. Let's talk about Mario Kart. In short, Mario Kart 8 is still one of the best sellers on Switch. You would think they would want to capitalize on it, but as we know, Nintendo, for anything, they hate to capitalize on things. So I don't think we'll get a new Mario Kart yet. Maybe 2 years down the road, we'll probably get a new Mario Kart. But for right now, Mario Kart 8 seems to be doing fine. I don't think they need to do anything for Mario Kart. It's doing fine. Mario sports games, they announced Golf. Golf is still coming out. I'm not sure if they announced any other Mario sports game besides, like, they're probably going to be doing the Mario and Sonic Olympics, right? But as for Mario sports games right now, don't expect anything. They've put out enough. And, well, I say they put out enough. They're just kind of, still busy right now. So, I don't think there's any new Mario sports stuff. Along with Mario, here's something that I wrote that I feel like might happen. Nintendo's been trying to, when it comes to the Mario RPG series, they've been trying to test the waters again. They've been testing it with Paper Mario. Well, I say they've been testing it with Paper Mario. It's more like they're like, we gotta have Paper Mario, but they don't really know what to do with it. And Origami King was for overall, I would say it was well received. I don't think people really hated it. Just still kind of disappointed that it wasn't, nowhere as amazing as fucking Thousand Year Door or original Paper Mario or Super Paper Mario. It was still kind of, it wasn't as bad as fucking Sticker Star or Color Splash. Oh god, those twos were fucking, whoa. Those games were something. But it wasn't it was pretty average as Paper Mario, right? But I think right now they want to take a break from Paper Mario a little bit. And I think if we are going to get a Mario RPG, a lot of people are saying they want Mario Rabbids too, right? Since we recently seen that Nintendo is like, hey guys, we don't want to do no deals with criminals, right? I highly doubt that they would want to talk to Ubisoft. Oh god, I just remembered. I totally skipped over Ubisoft, didn't I? Fucking shit. I highly doubt that they want to do anything with Ubisoft, right? Ubisoft, whatever the fuck you want to say it. Because those guys are a bunch of little diddlers, right? Not diddlers. They're not diddlers. They're just a little rapey. Not towards children, though. Just towards people who don't consent. Let's move on from this topic, right? So I highly doubt that they want to get their hands in any of that right now by working directly with Ubisoft. So if they are going to do a new Mario RPG, I think they're going to probably revisit. It's more likely for them to revisit the Mario and Luigi RPG series, right? I think it's about due time that we get a new one, and I think it's very likely that we'll see something like that. Especially since they've been, they gave Luigi's Mansion like some good treatment, so I think they'll do some Mario and Luigi RPG. I really think we're gonna see something about that. Speaking about Luigi's Mansion, I don't think we're gonna see a new one. I don't think they're gonna do any ports for it, sadly, for Luigi Mansion, the first one to be over to the Switch. Sadly, I would really love to have it, but I don't think it will happen. Along with that, I wrote down Pikmin. I believe we heard that Pikmin 4 has been in development or something for a while. I don't think we'll see anything for Pikmin. Let's move on, right? I really have nothing else to say on that. Metroid. Guys, we all want Metroid Prime 4. It's just, I don't think we're gonna see anything on it right now. Probably more like near like the fall season, we'll probably hear something about it. But as of right now, I think they're still gonna keep that to themselves, right? Let's move on to Pokemans. Our good old Pokemans. We're definitely gonna see a trailer for Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Remake. As for Pokemon Arceus Legends or whatever, I don't think we'll see anything for it. That game looks pretty rough around the edges. And I don't think there'll be any Pokemon Snap DLC or anything like that, so, that's what I'm thinking for that stuff. And also Pokken. I would assume they would want to make another Pokken, right? A lot of people are asking for another Pokken. Pokken was pretty good, you know. But is it time for them to make another Pokken? Who knows? I would say maybe like another year and a half. Then we'll see. Then we might see an announcement for that. Starfax. I love Starfax. I don't think we'll see any more Starfax for a while. For a good while, sadly. So let's just skip over Star Fox. I love you, along with Punch Out. I don't think we'll see a new Punch Out. Let's move on. I wrote Tomodachi. I believe they recently announced like some sort of Tomodachi game that came out in Japan or whatever. That might come over to the US or whatever. So we'll probably see something for that. After Tomodachi, I wrote Nintendogs. I feel like they really want to make another Nintendogs because I don't know why. I just feel like it's gonna happen. I feel like they're just gonna throw it out there. Either that or like Cooking Mama or something. I don't fucking know. Cooking Mama. No, don't shake the baby. A Yoshi game. I don't think they're gonna do a Yoshi game right now. Woolly World seems to have served its purpose, right? So let's move on from that. What else do I have written down? I wrote down Fatal Frame. Nintendo owns the Fatal Frame license. I would love for them to move Fatal Frame 5 from the Wii U to the Switch. I don't think that we're gonna get it. I would love to get it though. But you know, just move those games over, please. God, please, just get it off the Wii U shop. Get it off the Wii U shop. It's only on the Wii U shop. You gotta move it. You gotta get it off of there. You can't let that game stay on the Wii U. I love the Wii U. I have a Wii U, but you can't let it. You cannot let Fatal Frame 5 stay on the Wii U. You gotta move it. You gotta port it over. Come on. You have to. You have to. You do not forget about that game. Let's move on. What else do I have written down here? Oh, Kid Icarus. I just wrote no. I don't think we're gonna get a new Kid Icarus. I'm just gonna leave it at that because my throat is starting to hurt. Along with Kid Icarus, F-Zero. I would love to get a new F-Zero. Everyone would love to get a new F-Zero. And everyone says the same idea for F-Zero. It's like have the races and then a boss fight on top of the cars or something like that. You know, hop out of the car and fucking, you know, fight as Captain Falcon. Have Platinum make it. Everyone's been saying that. People have been saying that shit for years. But you know, don't think it's gonna happen. They seem to hate F-Zero for some reason. What else do I have written down here for Nintendo? Golden Sun. People have been asking for a new Golden Sun. No. I like Golden Sun. I don't think we're gonna get it. It seems way too far gone to get Golden Sun right now. And I don't think we'll ever get a new Golden Sun, to be honest. After that, I wrote Kirby. We're gonna see something for Kirby. For years, they've been talking about a new 3D Kirby that they're working on. Well, I say 3D. Everyone's assuming it's gonna be 3D. They've been talking about a new character action Kirby game that they're gonna be working on. So we'll see something for Kirby, our good Puyo Puyo boy. We love him. I love him. I love Kirbo. Kirbo's great. God, I love Kirby. Kirby's so amazing. How can you not like Kirby? If you don't like Kirby, you have no soul, right? After that, I wrote down Monolith Soft. They have been working on a game. We haven't heard much about it, but I think we'll see like at least a title card from them, right? They'll announce what game they're working on, and then we'll move on from there. They'll be like, please be excited, and then we'll move on. Now, of course, there's the two things that I've been avoiding to talk about because it's gonna be a bit here for me to talk about it. We got all the time in the world here. Well, we don't have all the time in the world. It's a couple of hours until E3 officially starts. Oh my god, it's 12 right now. That's bullshit. It can't be 12 right now. Oh god, it's 12. They're gonna start in 2 hours. I gotta wrap this up. All right. I gotta wrap this up and upload it too because I don't want to make it seem like that I recorded this after the fact, right? So all right. Where was I? Zelda. Bam. Breath of the Wild 2. We know we're gonna see something for it. People keep saying, I wonder, are we gonna see Breath of the Wild 2? Of course you're gonna see Breath of the Wild 2. Stop acting stupid. We're gonna see it. Calm down. What's more important than Breath of the Wild 2, because I'll be honest, I had Breath of the Wild. I liked Breath of the Wild, but I'm really not interested in Breath of the Wild 2. I feel like I'm the only one who doesn't really care. Not that Breath of the Wild was bad, it's just that I want something else. I don't want Breath of the Wild 2. But it's gonna happen, we're gonna see it. I'll buy it. You know, I love Zelda. I'll buy it. I'll play it. But more importantly than that, well, I say more importantly, let me move on to something less important first. Skyward Sword Definitive Edition, they're gonna have a trailer for that. They're gonna talk about that. They're just gonna remind you that in a couple of months, what is it, like 2-3 months from now, that Skyward Sword Remaster is gonna come out. They're gonna want you to buy that. Let's move on. The Zelda Anniversary. Zelda Anniversary happened and they really didn't do anything for it, let's be honest. And I feel like they're kind of giving it the same treatment that they did with Mario's Anniversary, where his anniversary passed and then they held it for a couple of months, whether due to COVID or something, or they just weren't ready, right? I feel like they're doing the same thing with Zelda. If they're going to announce anything for the Zelda Anniversary, like a Zelda collection or some type of, I don't know, some type of like paraphernalia or something like that, because they did do that for the Zelda Anniversary. They said, hey man, you want to buy some shit? Here's a controller, here's a Joy-Con. They still fall apart in your hands and the stick fucking stops working after 3 days or some shit. But you know, just if they're going to announce anything of a Zelda collection, now's the time. Because let's be honest, you can't celebrate fucking the 35th anniversary of Zelda? You cannot celebrate that with a remaster of the game that celebrated the 25th anniversary that was also, let's face it, not that good, and then say, by the way, be happy for Age of Calamity, Dynasty Warriors, which cool, I guess, is a cool game, but like, that's not a Zelda game, right? And then you just go like, nah, just be happy about Breath of the Wild 2, which is coming way later down the road, and then also sit there and go, oh, by the way, here's a statue and a piece of shit Joy-Con that you can buy that you'll probably have to send back because our fucking sticks are pieces of shit. Like, you can't do that for the 35th anniversary. That is so bad, right? Like, even Sonic's doing more. Like, when Zelda's getting outplayed by Sonic like that, come the fuck on, you serious? Right? So if there's going to be any time to announce some sort of Zelda collection, now's the time. Maybe they might do it later in November or something, but dude, you can't wait that long. You really just can't wait that long for it. That's so far down the road. Just please, Zelda collection, it's what you gotta do, right? That's what I'm hoping for. Is it likely? I think it is. Maybe not a Zelda collection, but some sort of something, you know? Ports of fucking Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, at least. Right? So let's just move on from that. And then the final thing, well, I say final, second to final thing I have written down here. Smash Brothers. When it comes to Nintendo E3, we all know we're going to hear something about Smash Brothers. Let's move on. There's going to be an announcement, whether there's 2 characters announced or just the one, whether it's Geno, whether it's not Geno. Guys, I'm tired, right? I'm tired of it. I like Smash. I can't say I love it. If I said I love it, then that means I gotta forfeit taking showers forever. But I like Smash, right? I do. Still don't agree with Minecraft Steve, which is why I didn't buy the DLC character. I'm still thinking about it. Maybe one day I'll buy it, but right now I don't want to see Steve in my fucking game. Right? Don't want to see that fucking dumbass smile. He doesn't even animate when he gets up. It pisses me off so bad. Not because I hate Minecraft. I like Minecraft. Just like, it's so weird. It don't feel right. You know? But whatever. Sephiroth, though, he killed Mario. In my headcanon, he killed Mario. Mario's dead. Right? Sephiroth. God damn it. I also recorded my reaction to that. I don't want to upload it, though, because I seem like I feel like, because when I watched it, I was like, it feels like I'm laying it on thick. But it was my genuine reaction. I really loved it. That was so cool. Okay, now the last thing I have written down for Nintendo. Let me just make sure that I'm not skipping over anything. I really hope that I'm not, because my throat is killing me right now. Nope, that's it, right? Last thing I have written down for Nintendo is a new IP. A new IP or some sort of revitalization of an old IP. I feel like Nintendo wants to do this. I really do. If they don't show a new IP, they're going to revive some sort of old IP. Now, I know I said we won't see Star Fox or F-Zero or anything like that. And I guess that would kind of go in the wheelhouse with Mario and Luigi RPG, right? Because I really feel like that's likely to happen. And I guess you can put that with WarioWare and Brain Age because, you know, it's been a while since we've seen that, so those kind of need to be, like, revitalized, I guess. But, yeah. Fucking, I feel like, if they don't show a new IP, they'll definitely revive one of the old ones. Alright. Now let's move on. Oh, my throat is killing me. I want to move on to Xbox, but I did say I skipped over, Ubisoft by accident, so let's actually go back real quick, which I apologize for. Let's go back real quick. Can't believe I skipped over Ubisoft just like that. How did I skip over Ubisoft? How the fuck did I skip over Ubisoft? Didn't I write them down somewhere? Let's see. Bethesda, EA, Bandai, Sega. Don't tell me it's on the other page. Oh my god, don't tell me it's on the other page. If it's on a different page, then that means I skipped someone else. Let's see. Oh no! No! I skipped over 2! Oh man. See what I meant by I had a lot of pages? I skipped over Ubisoft and Square Enix. Oh fucking Christ. Alright, well shit. Let's get into it. Alright, let's speed round this shit. Right? So first of all, Ubisoft. I wrote down Just Dance. We'll see a new Just Dance. Let's move on. Watch Dogs? No. Rainbow Six? I wrote this list yesterday, and yesterday they announced Rainbow Six Extraction, which was formerly known as Rainbow Six Quarantine. So, did they announce that yesterday, or was that like 4 days ago or something? I don't know. I saw the announcement yesterday. That's what I'm saying. I don't know when the announcement, but I saw it yesterday. Ghost Recon. They'll either announce Ghost Recon Division. One of those two, right? If they do not announce that, they will announce probably a Splinter Cell remaster. I don't think we'll be getting a new Splinter Cell game. It's not likely. If we do, we'll probably see a title card of some sort. Whatever. Assassin's Creed. I believe they will show something for Assassin's Creed. It's about time that they show something for Assassin's Creed. You know, considering their usual schedule and stuff like that. And I also feel like they're gonna announce some sort of Assassin's Creed TV show, right? Probably a Netflix series, because for some reason Ubisoft really wants. They're trying their best to make Assassin's Creed like some sort of like multimedia franchise. So fucking, they're probably gonna try their hand at that again. Beyond Good and Evil 2. I literally just wrote forget about it. Forget about it. Don't even think about it. Don't even fucking think about it. It's probably canceled. It's probably dead. Far Cry 6, definitely we're going to see Far Cry 6 because they won't shut the fuck up about it. Rayman, no. That's what I wrote down. Skull and Bones, no. This was supposed to happen. I was supposed to read this list earlier. This was supposed to be the first list that I read, but I missed it. In here I wrote some sort of Nintendo collab. Next to it I wrote no. I went in detail with that earlier, so I'm not going to talk about it. A new Rabbids game or title? No. Trials, the Trials series, you guys may know that as the motorcycle game. I honestly think Trials is dead to them. I don't think we'll ever get a new Trials. We'll probably get a trailer for Prince of Persia, the remasters for that. We'll probably get a sequel to Zombie. I feel like they don't want Zombie to die, right? Because Zombie was an old game they made, then they made Zombie U, then they ported that over, and Zombie U is a pretty good game, right? So we'll probably see something for Zombie. I feel like they will make a new IP. I can't believe I wrote this out of order. They'll make a new IP, right? They'll show a new IP or something. Next to that, I wrote South Park. I don't think they'll do another South Park game. I think they're done with that. And then after that, since I don't think they're going to do another South Park, I do still think they're going to do some sort of licensed TV show game or something like that, because they've been doing that for the past couple of years, right? For some reason, they've just been having like these oh shit, here's why I wrote it down. I see an arrow pointing down to something else. The reason why I wrote licensed TV show or licensed game was because I knew I wrote it down somewhere. They announced that they were working on an Avatar game. And by Avatar, before you guys lose your shit, if you don't remember, it's not Avatar Airbender, it's Avatar by James Cameron, the Blue People. They've been working on an Avatar game that's been announced at some point last year, I believe, along with a Star Wars game. It was announced that they were going to work on a Star Wars game. So let's move on from that. And then they'll probably have some sort of announcement for Brawlhalla, some sort of characters coming to the game or whatever. You know, some just like what they did with Finn and Jake in like 2019, I think, or whatever. And then after that, they'll talk about Roller Champions, which is that game where they're on rollerblades and they're, you know, doing sports and shit or whatever. So that's what I had down for Ubisoft. That was a fast round with that. And then let's move on to Square Enix real quick. Let's do this lightning round this one. Can't believe I missed Square Enix. I almost fucking missed this. First of all, Bravely Default. We'll see a trailer for the new Bravely Default. Let's move on. Bushido Blade. I feel like they're not going to do anything for Bushido Blade. If they do anything for Bushido Blade, it will probably be something with Arxis. Because Arxis has just been getting a lot of work lately for fighting games, but it's not really likely. I would like to see it though. Deus Ex. I don't think we'll see a new Deus Ex, but I do think we will see a new Drakengard or Nier or something from Yoko Taro, because that man has clout now, right? So they're keeping him happy. He's basically Square's version of fucking Kojima, right? Dragon Quest 12, we'll see a trailer there because that was announced. That you know, Dragon Quest 12 was announced, so we'll show a trailer for that. I wrote Fear Effect. I would like to see Fear Effect. It's probably not likely. They're probably not going to do it, but it'll be nice to see Fear Effect. Final Fantasy VII Part 2. I don't think we'll get a trailer, but I do think we'll get either a mention of it or a title card, just so they can be like, alright, we're mentioning it this year, show a trailer next year, release 2023. I honestly think that's a good roadmap for them. I feel like that's how that would go. And while they're doing that, or before they do that, they'll probably show a trailer for Final Fantasy VII Intergrade, which is the PS5 edition that, in the DLC, that's for PS5 and Xbox Series. I believe it's coming to Xbox Series X, right? I believe that game's on Xbox Series X, right? Well, basically, it's the next-gen DLC, the Yuffie stuff, so, you know, they'll talk about that. They might talk about their Final Fantasy VII, like, mobile game remake thing that they were doing, or, Final Fantasy VII First Soldier, which is the, on your phone fucking, the Battle Royale game they were doing. If they don't talk about that for your phone, they'll talk about Final Fantasy Brave Exodus, because they love talking about that. And then the last thing, well, not last thing for Final Fantasy, my bad, second to last thing, I guess, would be, they'll have a trailer for Endwalker, just reminding you that, Final Fantasy XIV has Endwalker coming out around November, I think. And then, what's the other Final Fantasy I wrote down? Oh, here it is. Final Fantasy 16, we'll probably see a trailer for that. If we don't see a trailer for that, we'll see a trailer for Forspoken, because that's supposed to come out next year, I think. If we don't see a trailer for either... Listen, if we don't see a trailer for one of those, and then we'll see a trailer for the other, right? Either that or a teaser. What else do I have written down here? I wrote Front Mission / Left Alive. If you guys remember Left Alive, it's that game that you thought was, that Square announced that you thought was Metal Gear for like a hot second, but it wasn't, and that game was forgotten about because it wasn't good. It was a bad game. I feel like that they want to bring Front Mission back. Left Alive takes place in the Front Mission universe, by the way. I feel like they want to bring back the Front Mission franchise, but they're just having a hard time with it, so I wrote that it's in limbo for now. Just Cause, we're probably not going to see a new Just Cause. They'll have a trailer for Life is Strange, I feel like if they're gonna do anything risque out there, it would either be a Musashi remake, Brave Fencer Musashi, or Parasite Eve. One of those two I feel like will get revitalized. We might see a new trailer for Star Ocean for that franchise, because they've been testing the water with Star Oceans, with Star Ocean 5, and then they did Star Ocean First Departure Remaster on the PlayStation 4, and I think that was on the Xbox as well. And I'm not sure how good that had sold, but I bought it because I like fucking First Departure. Tomb Raider. If we get a new Tomb Raider game, it'll be a title card. Move on. I wrote Kingdom Hearts. Just no, we're not gonna get a new Kingdom Hearts game. They just released fucking the shitty rhythm game. What it's called? Melody of Memories or some bullshit? I'm telling you, if you paid $60 for that, then there's something wrong with you. It's not worth $60. That's for damn sure. And then they might announce like a Saga game, because they've been working on Saga for a bit. Not working on Saga, but they've been like bringing it over. Like in 2019, they brought over like a bunch of Saga games, if I remember. Babylon's Fall, we'll probably see a trailer to see what that game actually is, because last time we only got a teaser. Project Triangle, if they talk about Project Triangle, will probably be on Nintendo's thing. We might just get another trailer for it. I don't think we'll get a release date yet, or anything. Avengers. I wrote down Avengers, and I wrote down that they will announce Spider-Man, and then after announcing Spider-Man, release him, and then kill the game. Yep, I wrote that all down. Yeah, they're, Avengers is so dead, right? The fucking game sucks. Stop playing that game, guys. Stop playing that. And then the last thing I wrote down, I'm trying to see if I'm missing anything that I wrote down here. The last thing that I wrote down was, two things I wrote down. One is that I feel like, you know, if they were to show a new IP, now's not the time. But that can also go into the second thing I wrote, because I almost forgot that this was announced, that they are working on a 007 game, right? Now, it's not a new IP, but I believe IO Interactive is working on a 007 game. So whether that'll be like Hitman Go or some shit, I don't know. But, you know, 007 will probably see what that game is that they're working on, and that is it for Square Enix. Right? God, we're approaching on the 2-hour mark. Fuck, my throat is killing me. How do people do this shit? Right? Alright, back to the big three. Next I have is Xbox. Now this list is a little shorter for Xbox, and before you say, why is it shorter? It's because most of Xbox announcements are probably going to be coming from Bethesda, right? And the other studios they own. So, let's lightning round this, so I can give myself a break, right? Xbox. First thing that I wrote, Halo Infinite. Yes, you're going to see something on Halo Infinite. It's inevitable. They have to show it. Fable. I believe they announced a Fable project sometime last year, so we might see more about that. I do not think we will see a new Gears of War. I don't think that's time. We don't have time for that right now. Killer Instinct. I want a new Killer Instinct. Me want Killer Instinct. I wanna click on character. I wanna hear fucking Shadow Jago, and then I wanna hear Saber Wolf and fucking and Fulgore, right? Fight. I wanna know Killer Instincts. Don't let it die. You brought it back. It was okay. Don't let it die. Keep it going, right? Psychonauts. We will definitely see a trailer for Psychonauts 2. That is inevitable. Double Fine has been working on that game for how many years now? So, like, we're gonna see it. It's supposed to come out this year. We'll get a release date for it. Let's move on. We'll see a trailer for Flight Simulator. They'll probably bring that over to the Xbox Series X. And, yep, let's move on from that. Perfect Dark. They announced that at the Game Awards, I believe. We're definitely gonna see a trailer for Perfect Dark. We're gonna hear more about that. After Perfect Dark, I wrote two things that is very interesting. I believe that after they, Banjo-Kazooie, It was 2019 that Banjo and Kazooie was announced for Smash, that they had their Smash reveal. Now, before you sit here and you go like, oh, here you go, here, another gamer theory, right? Listen, it's not a gamer theory, this is just an inkling that I have. I'm not trying to sell you anything, this is just what I think. I just hit my microphone, that's wonderful. Banjo-Kazooie. It was announced in 2019. They gave it to Nintendo, they said, alright, fine, here you go. They saw how people were fucking happy for Banjo-Kazooie. Saw how that DLC sold like a motherfucker, right? And then they said, you know what? Maybe we should get Rare to start working on shit, because you know, they put out the Rare Replay. People bought that. I heard Rare Replay did fairly well. Then Banjo-Kazooie came to Smash. Now they're making Perfect Dark. Guys, they're trying to bring back some of the Rare IPs. They're trying to do it. There is a fucking breadcrumb trail that they're leaving behind right now for my little grackle ass to pick up and lead me back to fucking Rareware's wonderful IPs. Listen, you hearing me? I need you to hear me. They might not announce it this year, but I feel it might not be announced. Trust me, it might not be announced, right? You can trust me on things not being announced. But after Perfect Dark, I feel like they're either going to announce a new Conker game or a new Banjo-Kazooie game. One or the other. I feel like that is what they're trying to do. Right? Right now, Perfect Dark's gonna have the spotlight. But it took them 2 years. Well, not even 2 years. It took them. Banjo sold in 2019. Let's remember this. And then Game Awards 2020, they announced Perfect Dark. Guys, come on. We're getting a new Banjo or Conker. I feel it. Either announced this year or next year. If it's not announced this year or next year, I'm gonna forget about it. I'm not even gonna think about it. But I feel like it's gonna happen. It's the right move to make. They need to capitalize on this. Let's move on. Hellblade 2. We'll definitely see a trailer for that. We'll also see a trailer for State of Decay 3. We'll see some ray tracing shit for Minecraft, because they love showing that off like forever and ever. Earlier we talked about Bethesda and how Obsidian's working on Avowed. We'll definitely see some Avowed trailer. And then finally, the last thing I wrote for Xbox is fucking Cars. Guys, do you like Cars? I like fucking Cars. We're gonna have a wonderful break spot in the middle of their announcement where we can go do our taxes and make a sandwich, because they're gonna talk about Cars for fucking 15 minutes. It's inevitable, they do this all the time. Let's move on. They also might talk about the Star Wars Sega saga, whatever. And then the other thing that they talked about, which hasn't come out yet, was the little game called 12 Minutes, which is that trailer of the guy, like, you know, having his time loop, and he's talking to his wife, and he's like, you killed your father, didn't you? Right? If you guys remember that trailer, it was like shot from a top-down view, and you know, dude lives in a loop or whatever, and the game's called 12 Minutes. That was supposed to come out last year, it didn't, and it's going to come out this year. Well, it's supposed to come out this year, so we'll probably see something for that. And then, of course, they'll show some indie titles, because Xbox has their indie stuff that they like to show off. Alright, that's it for Xbox. Let's move on to Sony. Right? Now, Sony is a difficult case, mainly because they were... It's weird because in 2019 and in 2020, they came out and they said, guys, we're not doing shit for E3, don't bother us. This time around, they didn't come out and say that. They're just not there, right? So if they're not showing if they don't announce a state of play within the upcoming weeks or something like that, it'll either be at the end of this month or in the middle of next month. So If that doesn't happen, then just forget about everything that I say. Now, on here, I wrote that God of War Ragnarok was not going to be shown. I want to take that back from what I wrote, because I recently found out something really fucking weird, that apparently on the official PlayStation podcast, I'm losing my voice, on the official PlayStation podcast, I believe it was the president of Sony or someone who fucking came up and they said, not president of Sony, president of PlayStation or something, or Sony Interactive or some bullshit. They came out and they said, yeah, we gotta delay Ragnarok. It's not gonna come out in 2021. Which everyone assumed was common sense, that we weren't getting this in 2021. But that means that they originally planned for it to come out in 2021. So, you know, now I just think that we are gonna see a trailer for it. I really think we are gonna see a trailer for it now, right? If motherfucker went out his way to tell you that they delayed the game, even though it didn't have a release date to begin with, but whatever. All right, Gran Turismo. They announced a Gran Turismo way back when. I say way back when, probably like last year or something. We'll probably see a trailer for that. Let's move on. Horizon Forbidden West, they just had their state of play for it. If anything, they're going to show a quick trailer and move on from that. And that's it for Horizon. Next, I wrote down Sucker Punch. We know that Sucker Punch is working on a game. We also know that apparently a patent? Was it a patent or some type of trademark has been registered for Ghost of Tsushima 2. Now, here's the thing. I say it every goddamn year, and I want it. I want a Sly Cooper 5, motherfucker. I want a fucking Sly Cooper 5. You ripped it from my goddamn hands. You had, alright, Thieves in Time wasn't that great. We all know that. It wasn't a bad game, but it wasn't the best Sly Cooper game, for damn sure. It was the worst Sly Cooper game, not counting Bentley's hacking pack or whatever the fuck that shit was, right? Not counting that. We all know that was Thieves in Time wasn't really that good. It was alright. It was pretty average. But that game ends with a fucking cliffhanger. Come on. What the hell was that about? Now, I know that was made by Sucker Punch and that was made by Sans Route Games. Sans Route Games were the ones who ported over the collection to PS3, so on and so forth. Then Ratchet and Clank had their reboot. They had their movie. Then after that, 2 other movies got announced, which was Uncharted and Sly. We've heard things about Uncharted. We know Tom Holland's fucking being a little baby Drake, right? But we haven't heard anything for Sly at all. We heard Sly movie, then was changed to be a Sly TV show, and then nothing else after that, leading us to believe that it's canceled, but no official word has ever came out. Guys, you had Sly Cooper. You know there's people interested in it. Ratchet and Clank, the PS4 game, was a success. If it wasn't a success, we wouldn't have Rift Apart right now. But since the movie was a failure, that's also why we have Rift Apart right now, because Rift Apart continues after Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus, right? It's not the reboot timeline. The reboot timeline fucking failed, but the games were great. The game succeeded. We have Rift Apart, which comes out tomorrow, right? At the time of me recording this, that comes out tomorrow. So, you know you have interest in these IPs. Sly Cooper, you know you have interest in it. When people saw that trailer, so many people talked. Even Sans Route Games came out during, what was it? I think they were on the podcast for like Kinda Funny or something. I think Greg Miller interviewed one of them or whatever. And fucking, Sans Route Games came out and they said, if you guys want us to make another Sly Cooper, you just gotta ask PlayStation. We want to make a Sly Cooper. We want Sly Cooper, right? People want Sly Cooper. And now, here's the funny thing. When I was writing this prediction list, just for the hell of it, I looked up to see if there was any Sly Cooper news. Now, this one's a hell of a stretch, so I don't mean anything by it, but I feel like I just need to announce it. For some reason, there's a bunch of news going around, quote unquote news, that someone made a nice little meme picture of Sly coming through a portal from Ratchet and Clank ripped apart, and then Insomniac Games liked the post or whatever from Twitter, and then for some reason news outlets are taking it that it means we're getting a new Sly Cooper, which Insomniac's never worked on Sly Cooper, so why the fuck would they care? They're just like, oh look, it's a rift apart thing, yeah, we're gonna like it, that's cool, right? And I mean, like, the person who runs the Twitter probably doesn't have that much say in the company, to be honest, so you know, they work in the whatchamacallit, the marketing team, not in the development team. So people need to calm down with that. But every year, I'll say it until I die, Sly 5, we need it, I want it, bring it. You cannot end this series on a cliffhanger. That is an injustice. Cannot do that. Alright. But the reason I say Sly 5 is if Sucker Punch is not working on Ghost of Tsushima 2, we're either going to get a new Sucker Punch or a Sly Cooper. I don't think they're working on a new IP. So, let's move on from that. What else I have written down here? For some reason I wrote down Jak and Daxter. The answer is just no. Right? Let's just move on from that. Last of Us. They're going to talk about the Last of Us remake. We know that's going to happen. And while they're talking about it, they're going to talk about the HBO TV show. We know that's going to happen. Move on from that. Ratchet and Clank. Again, they're going to show out. Well, they're probably not going to have any event tomorrow or anything like that. But Ratchet and Clank comes out tomorrow. If they do have an event sometime, they're going to have a trailer out just to remind you that the game's out and you can buy it now. Let's move on from that. Twisted Metal. No, I don't think we're getting a new Twisted Metal. Move on from that. Spider-Man. I believe they're going to announce their next official Spider-Man game. Their Spider-Man 2, right? Because, 2018 to 2019 was, that time frame was, actually, was it March? It was early 2018 where Spider-Man came out, right? Yeah, it was early. Yeah. Okay, no. Yeah. Early 2018, Spider-Man PS4 came out. Then 2019, they announced Miles Morales. Then Miles Morales came out. Was that announced? No, my bad. Miles Morales was announced 2020, and then it came out the same year. But at the same time, that's a shorter game than Spider-Man. So I would assume that while they were working on that, they probably also been working on on like a little bit in the background. They probably done some dabbling with Spider-Man 2. So we'll probably get a new Spider-Man game announced. They'll probably show a trailer for The Little Devil Inside, which if you guys don't remember what that is, it's the one where like it showed like some butler guy or something like that, like living in his house or whatever, and then it would cut away to like this dude doing an adventure, having like this adventure or something like that. It was during the PS5 announcement stuff. Little Devil Inside. Now that's not owned by Sony, but it is being published by them, I believe. Same thing with Kena, Project Kena. I don't think that's owned by Sony. I think that's being published by them. But Project Kena, I said Project Kena, my bad. Kena Bridge of Spirits. We'll probably see a trailer for that. There's Stray, which if you don't remember what Stray is, it's the game with the cat that has a backpack, and it's like it's walking around the city full of robots. We'll probably see another trailer for that. And then the last thing I wrote for Sony, right? I know it's not first party, but for some reason they seem to have some sort of partnership with it. So I'm gonna say this is pretty likely if Sony has an event. I know people are gonna roll their eyes when I say this. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Now, for me personally, I like the Five Nights at Freddy franchise. Once all the annoying fans left it and went over to Fortnite, right? But I think Five Nights at Freddy's been doing good lately. Scott Kaufman has been really competent. Five Nights at Freddy's Most Wanted, which was the VR title, was really fucking good, and you know, he's been doing a good job. You can't give credit for what credit's due, right? You know, he also has like his book series or whatever, and then the movie, which is still in the works apparently. I believe it went over to Blumhouse Studios or whatever. Blumhouse Studios, I believe they have it instead of Warner Brothers. And then you know, what else was I gonna say with that? Yes, the book series, and then fucking he has his fan game initiative thing that he's been doing. He's been helping people who have like their little Five Night fan projects. He's been helping them with that. So, you know, and it seems like for the past couple of state of plays or whatever, they have just, you know, they've PlayStation's been announcing Most Wanted, my bad. Need for Speed, Most Wanted. They've been announcing Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted, which was the VR game. They announced that for PSVR. Then their last state of play that they did, I remember, not counting the Horizon one, the one before that, I believe that's when they talked about Security Breach. And then we'll probably have another trailer from them as well, because it seems that Scott Kaufman has a good relationship with Sony. Alright, and that's it for the big three. I got a little bit left to go, so thank you for sticking with me if you're this far in. Not that much left, just a bunch of miscellaneous games that I wrote down because I don't know who the fuck these developers are or where they're from. So games that I think we're gonna see from this little miscellaneous title, whether it's at the PC Gaming Show or Capcom or whatever, or Sony or Xbox or Microsoft or whatever, or Nintendo, who cares? Atomic Heart, I believe we're gonna see that. We might hear something probably at the PC Game Show. We might hear something from Vampire Bloodlines 2, Vampire the Masquerade. That game has been in development hell, it seems. But I think now they have gotten something together with that. What's this that I wrote down? The Castellio Project, I believe that's how I pronounce it. Not Project, my bad. The Castellio Protocol. I believe that's how you pronounce that. Which is the game made by some of the people who worked on Dead Space, I believe. And it was showed at the Game Awards. It was the one where like the guy was, I guess he was on like a ship or something, and fucking he was looking at like these fucking security monitors and stuff, and then, you know, a fucking alien gets him or something. I don't remember, a monster or something, but it was something that I saw that was great. Solar Ash, which is the game made by the Hyperlife Drifter guys, or guy, I don't know if it's one or two. Open Roads, which was that narrative game about, I don't know how else to explain it. It was like a narrative game that looked like slideshows. It looked like photo slideshows, and Sony showed it off at like a state of play at some time. Now, I don't think Warner Brothers is working on this game. I think it's someone else who's working on this. But the Lord of the Rings Golem game, Gollum, Schmeagol, however the hell you want to pronounce his name. I think we'll see that. We might see it. Fucking, what else do I have here? A game called Seasons, which I remember what that was. It was the trailer was like it was another narrative based game, I think. It was a trailer of like a dude or a girl or someone riding a bike or something. They were talking about life or some shit. Let's see. What the fuck is this that I wrote down? Project Oxygen. I wrote it down. I don't remember what it is. But it's there. We'll see it. Another thing that I forgot to talk about earlier, real quick, is that for Capcom, is it Capcom? I think it might be Capcom that's making it. Let me just check real quick. It's Pragmata, which is the yeah, it's Pragmata. We'll probably see a trailer for Pragmata from Capcom, right? Which is the whatchamacallit, like the game that looked like Death Stranding, but it was like a dude in an astronaut suit, and there was like a robot girl and like a robot cat or something. So if you guys remember that, we'll probably see a trailer for Pragmata from Capcom. And then finally, the last two things I want to talk about. We can't forget about them. They'll probably have an event. Maybe they won't. I don't remember. I don't remember if it was announced or not, but they probably won't. They didn't miss it last year from my recollection. Devolver Digital. We know that they announced the Shifu game that they're working on. But besides Shifu, just expect to watch some bat crazy shit. I don't. Devolver never ceased to amaze me. Their fucking dude, their presentations are amazing. They're fucking amazing, and they're probably the best presentations out of everything from E3, right? So I'm not sure if they announced if they were doing one or not. I have a feeling that they are. If they aren't, I'm gonna be very sad. But if they are, please keep your eyes open for Devolver Digital's event or Devolver Digital Direct or whatever. If you guys don't remember which one that was, it was the Direct where they made fun of Nintendo and they had my uncle from Nintendo to show up on the show. You know, they're the guys who made Carry On and stuff like that, or published Carry On. And then my friend Pedro, I believe they published that as well. But yeah, you know, and fucking Metal Wolf Chaos and stuff like that. So, keep an eye open for them, right? Sorry, my phone just went off. Yeah, that's all the notes I have written down. About 2 hours and 30 minutes of me sitting here talking straight. I should make my own podcast. Right? So, if you made it this far into my predictions, or at least me just going over things, first of all, thank you. Thank you for listening. I would love to do this again next year. And please look out for, I guess, my reactions for fucking E3 announcements and stuff. Now, when I look at the time, I have about an hour to edit this and upload it and watch the Summer Game Fest, right? So, you know, until then, hope everybody has a wonderful E3. You know, have a wonderful E3, have a great summer, and as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and I will see you in the next video. Again, if you're interested, my Twitter is there. I'm not as active on Twitter as I would like to be, but if you want to follow me there, go ahead. I'll greatly appreciate it. But more importantly, if you really care, head over to my Twitch. Right now I've been on a bit of a shaky schedule, but hopefully that's going to change soon. But if you want to check out some gameplay and stuff, there's stuff on my channel, and then there's my Twitch where you'll see the playthroughs early, right? And you can interact with me during the streams. So until then, I'll see you guys next time or next year, if you ever want to watch this again. And yeah, everyone stay safe, and I'm signing off now. Goodbye, and thank you for watching.